Hey everyone, it's me, Jess, and it is time for the third Flash Chat. We have some special guests. We have our regular DC fan, Andy Madewell, who was on Novocaine, so this should be interesting.
Right.
And then we have with us Bryan Brown. He is CEO of wordofthenerd.com. Tell us about Word of the Nerd.
Word of the Nerd is a nerd-centric website that kind of covers everything nerdy.
Nice.
Comic books, video games.
Fits right in with us.
Yeah. Television shows like The Flash, Walking Dead, things of that nature. So.
Very cool. Okay, so you were saying last night's show was an emotional episode.
Very.
Especially for Joe West when he was talking to Henry Allen, and for Caitlin Snow. So let's get kind of into there's a spoilers. Let's get right into the particle accelerator.
Right.
So we see what happened the night of. We see Robbie Amell's character come in, Ronnie Raymond, and his story. And we haven't seen him become Firestorm yet, but we see kind of like the origins of how he's going to become Firestorm. So they're starting to capture the metahumans. They're using the particle accelerator as a jail. What do you think is going to happen with that?
Well, usually in these shows they kill off the villains. So I'm glad they found a way to, incarcerate them other than in a conventional jail where they can be, they can escape easily.
Yes.
So it's nice to know that these people are in a place, they're safe and sound and everything, but there's the potential of them escaping.
But they're
Yeah,
in
I kind of wish.
hands.
Well, but I kind of wish they would have kept the first two villains too, because I liked Multiplex a lot. I thought he, instead of them possibly dying, I wish they would have found this this particle accelerator at Star Labs earlier, so that they could have held on to those two.
But do you think now it's under the care of Wells, and he's a little sketchy? So do you think he might be using their powers for something at some point?
I see that as a definite possibility. Wells, something's not right about that. I love Tom Cavanaugh, and I hate to kind of see him as the bad guy, but there's been some theories floating around, the tinfoil conspiracies about who he is. And,
So who do you think he is?
My first reaction is he's Professor Zoom.
Okay.
That would make the most sense, but since they've already got an Eddie Thrawn in the show, who...
The pretty detective, Rick Posnett, and thanks for the retweet, Rick Posnett.
Yes.
Nice.
So it's hard to say. Some of the theories are saying that he could be Bart Allen.
Yeah.
But I haven't...
I thought he might be Booster Gold. Because Booster Gold does time travel from the future, so he could be. And he was also in some of those Justice League, like Young Justice and different things. He pops up from time to time. So my thought was they could easily bring in a character like that not everybody really knows, but still could change the future a bit or change the past.
Yeah.
And he definitely, there's something with time travel there. And he has this line that made me think during it. He says, "I feel like I've been waiting for centuries for this."
All I can think of to say is I feel like I've waited for this day for centuries.
And bingo.
That was my favorite line. I told you I was going to have my favorite line of the week. That was my favorite line.
That was mine too. So that said something to me. Like I felt it was literal.
Yeah, that sent all the alarms off.
Yes.
Definitely.
All of the alarms in the Nerd World.
And then and then it's not even really a spoiler, but when Caitlin throws out when she's talking about Ronnie, that he kind of said that we were fire and ice. I mean, that's just, I don't even think that's a spoiler. I think everybody just at this point realizes who those two are eventually going to become.
Yes.
That was that was kind of the for
Killer Frost.
So okay, I was wondering. So we were talking. Do you think Wells is really going to end up being a villain, or do you think he's going to be someone who's necessary in boosting Barry Allen's Flash powers in the future?
Just judging by his his behavior to date, he definitely has some kind of agenda that he needs the Flash. He needs Barry around. Apparently only till a certain point, because in the first episode, the newspaper that the Flash vanishes. So something happens in the future. So he's either trying to make that happen. That has to happen, or he's.
And for me, I think in typical comic book lore, you have to believe that guy is the villain, but it ends up he's the guy that's going to save the day when it's all done, and we need him to be there because he's the one that has perpetuated Flash to become who he is and save people.
That's what I'm thinking.
So I think he's going to end up being a good guy.
Yeah, I'm not sure
we just have to not like him. Right
yeah, I think it's interesting what they're doing with these characters. I think it's really good.
But he's killed a guy.
It's
so,
true, but was it for good or for bad?
I mean, come on.
Well, going by DC superhero, I mean, Superman wouldn't kill someone.
Yeah, but Green Arrow would. Or at least he did first season. Batman did year 1. I mean, you know, everybody has to grow into that where they don't take lives. I don't know.
The tinfoil of conspiracies, you know, are going absolutely nuts and will be until all this stuff.
It's great. The show's got people talking, and people guessing, so we're gonna keep tuning in. Are you tired of the plot twist at the very end? I mean, is that?
You know what? Actually, I'm not. I think it gives you that just little. Okay, the story's ended, but you remember we have this other storyline. We have this guy. We have Harrison Wells, who's not all in the up and up. So that's kind of his moment to shine for a second. Like, don't forget, I'm still here and I'm doing things.
Yeah,
you know?
Give him 1 minute of glory. I would like to see more of an episode where you maybe flash back within it to him being a little bit more sketchy in the episode or something. Yeah. But I thought during the flashbacks he was kind of sketchy. And I'm kind of wondering now because it seems to me that he maybe was, well, it seems pretty obvious that he kind of orchestrated the whole particle accelerator.
Yeah, I think he was okay with this happening.
Yeah, do you think that maybe this will maybe develop into something where Caitlin Snow and him will become foils? Like, just not get along? She kind of starts realizing it.
Yeah, she's going to catch wind eventually. I mean, he's surrounded, you know, Cisco and her are smart in their own right, so he can only hide things for so long.
Yeah.
You have this rash of metahumans coming out, so eventually they're going to put 2 and 2 together, and they're going to find out that he's responsible.
Being a sketchy Wells.
Yes.
I'm gonna stick with that because
I like that. I like that.
It's not a shuttle launch.
Yeah.
You know?
That was a funny. Man, this show has a lot of really good scenes.
Yeah.
They have really good character development. So were you happy with Robbie Amell as being Ronnie Raymond? Did you think that was well casted?
Oh yeah, definitely. I loved him. In the Tomorrow People.
Yeah. A lot of people are sad that's gone.
Yeah, but I think it was a great casting choice. I'm interested, this little bit of spoiler, that Victor Garber has been cast as Dr. Stein, the other half of Firestorm. So it's going to be really interesting to see how.
He's a big name.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see how they interact with each other because they're basically one character.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very neat.
That will be neat. And then next week coming up, we saw a preview for Captain Cold, Wentworth Miller, so more CW stars coming back into the show.
Yeah.
Are you, how do you feel about him being casted?
I love Captain Cold. He's one of my favorite Flash villains. I'm kind of a second tier fan guy. You know, I love, you know, the Flash rogues are always so great.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all those Rogue Gallery guys come in.
He'll be a cool villain.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
He'd be a cool villain.
Yeah, he'll be very cool. And it's the Felicity crossover from Arrow.
Yeah,
so
well, we knew that was coming too, so that's good.
Yeah, next week on Tuesday at 8. So make sure to tune in tonight for Arrow. Is there anything else you want to add to this? Any more conspiracies you think people should know?
I'm just so glad that, I mean, they're doing that the serial villain of the week, but this week they finally just started building backstory. So I'm so happy they're getting to that point now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
All right, well, Andy, Bryan, thanks. We can find Bryan at wordofthenerd.com. Find him on Twitter. And that is all for Flash Chat episode 3. We'll see you next week.